Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel. Today we are going to go through the steps of creating an automatic carousel video within a Figma design. So let us dive straight in. Right, so the first thing we got here is the 3 images or videos that you would like to put in a carousel. Now I'm going to use images just as a sample, but you can use your videos too. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you've selected all 3 images. You're going to right click and you're going to add an auto layout. So once you've added an auto layout, you can start customizing what it looks like. So let's go to auto layout over here, and you can start customizing the padding and what it essentially will look like. You can also change the color. So if that's the color that you want, you can just go ahead and you can customize it. Now once you're done, we're going to go up to the top left hand side. We're going to select the framing tool and we're going to create a frame. So here we're going to just click down and drag, and we're going to create a frame that kind of looks like this. Okay, now we can right click on it and we want to send to back, so it'll sit behind the images or the videos. Alright, the next thing we want to do is just make sure that it's center and it looks good. We can add a fill here as well, so I'm going to make it black, and from here you can go to the right hand side and you can start just customizing it. Alright, but for now I'm going to leave it as is. What we want to do is you want to click on this frame 1 and you want to say Control C, Control V. Now we've got it here. We're going to move this frame 1 out of the way, so we've got one original frame, and we're going to take this, the duplicate that we made, we're going to click down and we're going to drag it and we're going to put it inside this frame. Alright, so that's what it looks like. So now on the right hand side you can start to move it. So just over here where it says X, that is the left and right alignment. So you can click down and you can move it so that it looks to be the way you want it. Now this is how I would like mine. So I'm going to just center it over there. And what you want to do on the right hand side where it says constraints, you want to just double click over here in the center. So this essentially will mean that this will stay centered no matter how you move this frame. Now from here, this frame 2, you want to go and you want to duplicate it as many times as you need to in relation to the amount of items you have. So in my case I have 3, so I'm going to go and I'm going to just say copy, paste, paste. Now I have frame 2, 3, and 4. The next thing we're going to do is just move this to this section over here, and we're going to move this one too. So this is essentially what it will look like. The next step involves making sure that this is on the second image. So just click down and drag it over. I'm happy with that, and we can do the same over here. Alright, so essentially this is what it will look like. Again, as many items that you have or as many videos that you have, you will add that amount of frames so that you have one of each of them. The next thing we're going to do is start to create some interactions. Alright, so let's just zoom out a little bit here and let's get some space. So what we need to do is we need to select this one over here. Alright, and you're going to go over to the right hand side, you're going to go to prototype, and you'll see this is where all your interactions are created. So what we want to do is we want to take this first one, you're going to use that plus icon. As you hover your cursor over that frame, you can see there's a plus icon. You're going to click down and you're going to drag it over to this one over here. So this is state 2, so this is what it will look like, and you want to drag it over to this box here. Now this option over here at the top, it says on click. Let's select on drag, and you'll see it says navigate to frame 3. We're going to leave it like that, and the smart animate animation and the ease out in 300 milliseconds, and you can see this is what it's going to look like. Alright, so we want to do the exact same from this one to this one. Okay, so let's select this one. And you want to use that plus icon and you want to drag it over to there. Now again, you want to say on drag and leave all of those options like that. Now from the center one, you want to make sure that there's one going back to there. So let's click on that, and again we want to do on drag. So when you're in this state in the center and you drag on the state, it'll go back to the first one, and it'll also go to the last one. Now the last one, you don't need to put an animation onto the first one, but you do need to put an animation back to this state. Right, so if you're dragging this one, it'll move to that second state, and the second state back to the first, and the first to the second. Right, so this is now how it looks. So of course, if you have more than 3 frames, you want to do this for all of your frames. So what you want to just double check is that there is a flow here. So if you just click on the frame 2, you will see on the right hand side under prototype, there'll be a flow starting point. You can rename this flow, but this is what it will look like. You can go up to the top right hand side, you can click on this icon and click on preview. Let's open this up. Let's go up to here and let's click on full screen, and this is what it'll look like. A fully interactive automatic video carousel.